Hi guys, welcome back. Just cleaning the specs. Hope everyone's all well. For all the people that were concerned,
Oh bless.
Lisa didn't fall over. It was just the camera that went over.
Well,
Okay, it wasn't Lisa.
but that would have been hilarious.
She was fine. Okay, and everything was fine. You know, yeah. It would have been actually. I would
It
have
would have
probably
been
went
hilarious,
myself laughing if she had.
Yeah,
But no,
would've.
Lisa didn't go over. It was just the camera. When she bent down to pick the pot up, she had the cameras just there on the tripod, and it knocked and it just went over. That was it. So right. Anyway, what's happening? Oh, I've been busy this week. Well, not busy as in. Well, I have been busy, but yeah, made loads of new handles. Look at this. I've got all these lovely little handles. I've made some of these ones up now. Look, I've made some new ones. These, okay, all different size ones, all short. They're all short, but they all hold different size bars. So I've been quite busy making those. I even made myself a nice little dinky one. It will take my 3/8 spindle gouges when I'm doing nice little bits, you know, nice and close to you. Got round to shortening this one down. I don't know whether I said that this was given to me as a gift. This was given to me by someone. They sent it to me, a friend of mine. And I love it. Solid aluminium, total solid, nice steel bit, lovely collet, lovely steel collet on it. It's beautiful. This really is. That's just one of my bars I put in it. But it was long. I used it on the other one. It's too long. I can't stand long handles. So I've got round to shorten it. So I shortened that down. And with the bit that I had from that being solid aluminium, I made myself up another 2 collet handles. Turned them into collets. Turn them down, they go down to about there inside, drilled right through, so I can put, I've got one for 1/2 inch bowl gouge, one for 1/2 inch bowl gouge, spindle gouge, one for 3/8. So again, yeah, so anyway, just spare handles. I've got a new tool to show you, so we'll be doing the new tool in a minute.
It's new tool Friday.
Right, I was asked, well, someone actually did say to me, hang on, just going to tell that Daisy, thank you. Oi! That's not in the script. Pack it up. Here she comes, look, all innocent.
Here she comes.
Well, I won't tell you someone's burgling us then.
Yeah.
Right.
Look at these guys.
So, yeah, look, here she comes. All in. Will you be quiet? Stop barking.
Right, Daddy's
Right.
on camera now.
Okay, guys, sorry about that. Yeah, so I did have someone message me to say about the speed I turn it and about how dangerous speed is and things like that. Well, I'm sorry, but you know, people come out with some of this stuff. Now, when I started turning, you're talking, well, I say over 37 years, coming up to basically 40 years now that I started turning. Back then when I was 16, I didn't have no money. No one did at that age. It's, well, back then, you know, 40 years ago. And the lathe I had, it had 2 speeds. That was it. It was a made-up lathe. 2 speeds, 1,000 RPM, 3,000 RPM. That was it. Put a belt on one or the other. So I turned at 3,000 RPM most of the time. That's what I'm used to. I always turn it around 2,500 if I can. If I can. That's not because it's the fastest speed my lathe goes at. This lathe can go at 3,750. So it's got 2 belt speeds on this one. This is the 1628, not the 406, sorry. I don't know what that's got. This goes, first speed, low range is 50 to 1250. Well, 1250 is absolutely no use to me. So, and 150 to 3750, okay? Now, the reason I turn at 2.5 all the time, I used to turn pretty much everything at 3,000. But I don't know whether it's just as you get older or what, but my ears are a bit more sensitive. And what I find is when I go over 2,500 RPM, getting near to 3,000, it's a bit high pitched, the noise from the motor and everything, and I just find it bothers my ears. So I always normally go around about that, if the wood allows me to. But people say about bowls, I say, oh, you should never turn a bowl over 1,000 RPM. What a load of old crap. They come out with all this, what the measurements are. You take the measurements and do it by this and divide it by that and add that and give a little bit away and bring a little back, and this is the speed you should turn it. What a load of old crap. Do you know, it's all right. This is my opinion and it's out what I work by, okay? It comes down to one thing, weight. It depends on the weight of the piece you're turning. You could turn, right, I've got some pieces here. Now this is a piece of sycamore, okay? It's not over heavy, but it's quite big. As in, it is 11 inches and it's 12 inches that way. So it's not actually round. Buster, get out from under my feet. Come on.
You're gonna get, come on.
Okay,
This way.
it's a bit misshaped, okay? You can see how it curves over. It's not the same all around. So that, you'd think it's a bit out of balance, but because it's on centre, okay, let me get that little bit off. I'm going to pop it on the lathe here for a minute, and what we're going to do, we're just going to see how it goes. Right, so I've got a 32mm hole in there, and it's a way I do like to actually mount some of these pieces. So I'm going to put that on there, okay, and I'm going to expand into that hole when I get to grip it. Right, okay, so I'm in there. I'm going to bring my tailstock up. Always a good idea, bring your tailstock up. Right, so tighten that up, and I'm going to give that a little nip. Right, now I know it can't go anywhere, it's on the lathe. Now the important thing is when you turn it is that it's evenly weighted. The weight is in balance in that way. If I turn that to there and that goes like this and drops down there, then that's going to be a lot heavier one side than the other. That's what's going to cause you the problems. That will determine how fast you can turn it. It's not its shape, it's not its size. It is down to the weight. Some wood, it could have a big knot in this side, that will make it weigh a lot heavier. Okay, right, I've got my lathe speed turned down, so let's see what happens with this. Hang on 1 second. I'm just going to move that over because I don't want it to get clouted from that. Right, our tool rest is out the way, so we get that out the way. Right, okay, everything's locked up. We're going to start up. Right, now that's 500 RPM. Now we're getting up to 800. 988. There's our 1000. Very slight wobble. Right, but now watch. Now I'm at 13, 14, 80, 15, 17, 18, 1800 RPM. Now I would, for that size, I would probably turn that, I'm going to start turning that, I'll turn that around about 1600. That's about there where I would start. When I've got everything done and into balance there. Right, when I've got everything done and into balance there, I would then turn the speed up. Once all this is gone, I've got in my shape, I'll turn the speed up. That's how I turn, guys. It's not for everyone. I don't say it is. I don't say you should turn like that. Find your own way. You know, take a little bit of I don't say take advice as such. Listen to advice and take what you need from it. But don't take every word as gospel. See, now I've got a piece like that. Now I've got a piece here. This, again, it's pretty lightweight, okay? This is a bit of turkey oak. This was given to me by David Tyers. I've yet to turn this, and I'm going to actually have a little go with my new tool on this today. I might turn this down a little bit. So now, again, I'm going to bring that up because I can. All right, now, again, right, that's all centered, that's all held on. There we go. Again, now, if I undo this a little bit, you can see no matter where I stop it, it stays there. Okay, so that means weight-wise, it's quite in balance. Now, a lot of people think, oh, that's out of shape. I'll have to take that a bit slow. Well, right, we're already at 1000, 1200, no wobble, 14. Now we're at 2000 RPM. And you could turn that at that, I'd turn it at that, it wouldn't bother me. A lot of people are frightened by speed. And if you're not used to it and you don't normally turn fast, it is very frightening. But for me, I'm more frightened of turning that at that speed. That's at 800. I'm more frightened of putting my chisel into that, because I've got these bits coming round where it is out of shape. You know, here I've got air, and I've got that, and I've got air, and I've got that. That's going to be, when I come in there, that's going to be dump, 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 dump. And I'm going to get dump, dump, dump. When that's turning at 2000 or 1800 or whatever in that region, that's just going to be brr, brr, and it's kinder on the tools, it's kinder on me, it's kinder on the wood, it's kinder on the lathe. Everything benefits from it. But again, I know it's securely held on here. I haven't trusted the bark. I've drilled down inside with a 32mm hole. I've got my live centre up. I've got it trapped between those centres. There's no loose bits, there's no cracks in it. It's not coming off. If that bit is full of cracks, then I'm not going to turn it at that speed. It's as simple as that. I mean, again, piece of yew, and this is the same. I've got the same. I've put a 32mm hole in the back. Yew is a very hard, dense wood. It's a soft wood, but it's actually very hard. Now this, we've got a big sticky up bit out here. But again, it's in balance. It's got balance to it. The weight is there's the wobble. I've got a wobble there at 11. Now a lot of people go, oh, and go down there. I always go that way. There are. It's gone. Completely gone. No wobble. And there we are. We're at 2000 RPM. All I've got is that's my bit of wood
tool
moving.
rest is going.
That's my bit of wood moving. That's all that is. But there you go. So, but come down to 1600, 1500 now. There's no vibration. Everything's quiet, and I'd happily turn that at that. So it's not a case of just put it on and turn it, guys. It's not a case of that, because that's not what I do. I check my pieces, I look at them, I work out what it is before I do it. Now, I haven't got any holes drilled in this other bit of wood, so I'm going to just put my centre on here. Right, so I'm going to put my centre on, put everything back into place. Right, now, what I want to show is, see, when you've got pieces of wood like this, now this is this square piece of yew. So I've got heartwood here, and I've got all this heartwood down here, and I've got sapwood up there, and this is where the bark was. Now when I put this on, I've got the centre marked up there. I've got this little centre here. Now look at that, I'm not tightening nothing up, but straight away, you can see how it will come to this bottom and do this rock. That then shows you that this is where the weight is. So that's going to be out of balance when it spins, a bit like a car wheel. So even though that is small now, if you go by measurements, that would say you can turn that faster than one of those, but you can't. I'm not going to do it on that because that's a square bit, so this is a round bit, okay? I'm not going to turn this because it's got a crack in here, but this is a typical piece, okay? So I'm going to put this between centres here. I marked it with some green so I know where this sort of centre is. Right, now, if I back that off a bit, you can see, look, see we've got the same thing here? Because we've got too much weight on one side, but we are actually going for centre. So if I tighten that up, right, now we'll start her up and we'll see. Now look, I'm just at the 1000, and that's gonna, it's holding there, it's not too bad, but it's not going, the wobble's not going, I'm still getting vibration from it. It's there, right there, I'm getting that vibration.
You can see from the light
But
how
that is, yeah, but that is a smaller piece.
Yeah.
Now let's just, what we do is we'll throw it off balance a little bit more. There, I think I've still got hold of it. Hopefully it's not going to go anywhere. So we've thrown it off balance a little bit more. Now let's see what happens. Now look. Now none of those bits shook the lathe like that. It's no good me even going faster because look, it's not going to settle down.
No.
So there you go, guys. If you go in on size, they would say you could turn this small piece a lot faster than this piece. But I'd be safer turning that at speed than turning that at 1000 RPM because of the way it's out of balance. So it's always a case of checking the balance laws. Don't just go by a size. Oh, I can turn it at that speed and that speed. It's not always that case. It really isn't. So right, anyway, that's enough. But I know speed scares people a bit. I know when Alan came up here for his first turning, and I said to him, right, you just go and turn, and I saw how fast he was turning, and like a lot of people, you know, roughing down, and he's sort of around 1200 or something. Back to speed, and he's like, oh, turns back, and but he said afterwards that yeah, he was very nervous at first, but he found it safe enough to do. So I don't know what speeds he turns it when he's at home, or what he does, but I did show the way a lot of stuff is better if you can turn it at that speed. Right, I'm going to put this piece on. I don't know that I can do a lot with this, but I'm going to put this bit on to have a go with my new gouge. I've got one of my, I don't know if this has been a waffle one, guys, and it is, but I'm going to actually destroy the tool. Okay, well I'm not, but I am, because
wreck it.
I'll speak to you in a second about that. So I'm actually going to destroy a tool on this, right, but not to a point of destruction. I'm actually just going to get it out of its handle, because I do like my own handle. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this on. This is a nice piece of wood for me just to have a little go. I'm going to open up into that. Right, okay. I'm going to leave that on there for a minute. Right, new tool. Okay, here we go, guys. This is how it came. Okay, this is bought in the UK. This isn't my my Thompson one. My Thompson gouge is coming. That's yeah. So it was true to it. It's all posted, and that's the USPS, the unusually slow postal service, have got it at the moment. So yeah, that's waiting for that. And this is a bugger to try and get out. Right, okay. It comes in this plastic tube. Okay. And this is my other 3/4. I only found this after I purchased my one from America, which I'm still happy. I still would have done.
Yeah.
And I found this one. It flagged up because I'd been looking on my search engine. It came up and it was on eBay. £47.99p. Okay. Now I'd not really heard of this. I've probably seen it before, but not taken much notice. It's actually made by Shop Monkey Pro. Don't know whether any of you's heard of that. It's got on here M2 Cryo HSS, and it's supposed to be cryogenic steel or whatever. I don't know whether it is. I don't really care. What I'm bothered about is how good it is. It's very strong. It's 16mm, so it's 5/8. It's 16mm bar. It's no tang. It's actually there, lovely. It comes with this grind. It's got a 45-degree angle on it. I've left it at the moment. I have sharpened it. It didn't come sharp. Okay, it was sharp, but not sharp as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so I did sharpen it. Tools don't. No tools do. Now, the only thing for me is not a criticism about the tool. The actual tool. Let me give you some measurements. Right. Okay. So here we go. The bar, the actual shaft itself, is 9.5 inches out of the handle. Okay, and the handle is 15.5 inches. Okay, so overall length of the tool, 25.5 inches. That's all, and it's quite weighty. Okay, now on the end of it, where it goes in, it's not a ferrule, it's a solid piece. That. Now, for me, nothing wrong with it. Beach handle, beautiful, lovely, smooth, yeah, very nice. Okay, for me, too long. It's a spindle gouge. I don't want that length. Okay, it's too long, and I can't stand this taper here. I just, that's not me. I don't like it. It's a waste really, because I tend to hold my tool here anyway. I always hold my tool around there. I don't tend to like holding down there if I can help it. Now, I was going to knock this out the handle so I could put it, and I put that into my vise, and I walloped it and I walloped it, and she was using a sledgehammer with a piece of wood on there, and I was whacking it, and that handle has not moved a millimetre. So I'm actually gonna, I don't know how this is held in, I really don't, but out of interest, I love to know how tools are actually held in. So I'm gonna split this piece of wood and actually take the wood off to see what I've got here. Even if this is actually fixed to it, it doesn't matter to me, because if I had to cut that there, that's enough steel going in my shaft. I'm going to put it in one of my own hands. I want it in this little handle here. Okay, that's all I want. I only want a tool that size. So yeah, nothing bad about the tool whatsoever, but I like to know how far that goes in and how it's held. And maybe some of you might, if you're thinking of buying one, but think, oh yeah, it's probably cheap crap or whatever. Well, one, it's not cheap really. $47.99. It's not cheap. That's a decent price for a bowl gouge, for a spindle gouge. Say 5/8 spindle gouge. So lovely. It's nice and thick there. You've got 50% of the shaft there, so that is lovely and sturdy and strong. That's as strong as any of those bowl gouges there. So yeah, we're going to see. Because like I said before, you would think I've got my. Let me get it out. Don't cut my fingers off. I showed before, guys, this is my 1 inch bowl gouge, okay, 1 inch thick. Make is not important. I can't remember who makes it. I'm not going to give any names out. Now this came with 2 foot of handle, okay, 2 foot long, big fat handle like that, okay. And when I took it apart, because I don't need a 2 foot, what good is a 2 foot handle to me? It's just of no use whatsoever. Right. And when I took it apart to put it in my own handle, that's the tang, guys. That's it. That is what held that tool in. That was in that much. So now you think you have got 2 foot handle. So if you're holding that on your tool rest, okay, let me pop that back up there. And like I said, I'm not slagging tools off, just be aware, guys, because a lot of people say don't turn with a spindle gouge because of the tang. Some say, I say, well, yeah, but spindle gouge, it ain't got a tang because it's round, so it's the same as that. Yeah, but they don't go in the handle as far. Well, that's a 1 inch bowl gouge, and you see how far that went in. Now, if you've got that hanging there on a big bowl, and you're hanging down here on the 2 foot of handle, that ain't going to be very strong. So, you know, mine now is, so that ain't going nowhere. That's in an aluminium. That's long enough for me. Length is nothing. It doesn't give you any benefits, length. Weight is what gives you the benefit. That will dampen down. It will give you more control. It takes all the vibration out. It'll give you a better cut. Everything. Get a bit of weight in your handle. That's what you want. You want weight. That's what helps you. And that's, as I said, why I want to change this as well, because that's not very well balanced there. See, look, it's all front heavy. I can sort of get better now. It's all front heavy because this is nothing in here.
Even on your carbide,
it doesn't sort me.
You
so what I'm
out,
going to take a few cuts with it. Yeah, on my carbide ones, I have the handles. So, well, that's not carbide. That's, you know. Yeah. Well, you'll know, guys, if you've got mine, that they are balanced. So the handle actually has more weight to it than what the bar does. So it helps. You want more weight in there. That's why they're chunkier. The shape of them and everything that I've done them for a purpose. So right, anyway, we get down to doing a little bit of turning now, shall we?
Let's do it.
And I'll shut up for a minute. Right, as I said, I did put a little bit of a grind on this. I'm keeping the shape. I will probably put a relief bevel at some time. Maybe, I don't know. This isn't for hollowing. I would use it for hollowing, but it's not for hollowing. This is for the outside. Okay. And I'm going to take a few cuts on it, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over there and I'm going to destroy the handle. I'm going to take the handle off because I don't want that handle. Okay. I'm not worried about guarantees. I'm quite happy that the metal's all good and everything's good with that. Right, so I'm going to start this up. I know I can get the speed up. It was on there before. Right, I'm going to go, actually what I'm going to do, because most people would say around under 1,000 RPM for this. So that's at 9:15, okay? And this is where most people would say to start with a bowl this size. Right, and that's how it goes, guys. Okay. Now, for me, right, I'm going to go, I'm not going at 17 because that's an odd number, so I'm going at 18:20, okay? Now, I've got bark on the end there. You might not want to stand there, Lee.
Alright.
Just bits of bark flying off, that's all. Right, there you go. Now, as you might see, I don't know how Lisa's got the camera, whether you can see me. See, I always hold my handle here, up here. I don't hold it down. I've got no control. I can't control my tool if I'm down here, okay? And to make that little movement, I've got to move my hand so much. If I'm up here, I can come in, I can roll it, and I can get in here. But, do you see the difference in the cutting, guys? From the so-called speed that you should be turning at. So if I turn that back down, I mean this bowl, actually I didn't take a measurement, did I? Right, I've only got a little bit off of it. It's not quite round. Now this is, right, it's 7 now, so it was probably, look, that's all flaky. Look at that bark, it's like hair. Look, that's not good bark actually, look, that's all gonna, oh.
It's like coconut thing.
It's like I'm turning the coconut, look at that, it's all going to come off, look, loads of it. Right, that bit's going to fly off soon. That's more what you've got to be careful of, is your bark flying off, but I'm just turning this just to show you my new chisel. Right, so it was probably nearer to 9, but anyway. Right, so, like I did, tighten everything down, make sure nothing's moving. Right, now, we're going to go back down, because that sort of size bowl, they say, never turn a bow over 1,000 RPM. Well, this is it, guys, and look. Now I can feel, I'm going to stand here because of that bark.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling that bit's going to fly off in a minute. Right, so that, you can see what's happening with the chisel, guys. It's terrible, it's not nice. Get back up to 1890 we are. Now look, I come in, I've got my flute closed, I roll it. Okay, my bevel is in contact. There goes the bark. Bit of bark flew off, went down there. Right, I'm going to stop. So you can see the difference in the cut with the speed. What I'm going to do, that big bit's gone. I'm just going to knock this off, because if I don't, it's going to fly off.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to hit Lisa. And then, no, it's not going to. Yeah, it is. Yeah. And if it comes off with sharp bits like that, it's not going to be very nice. Let's turn in. Right, I'm going to have to pop it off the chopper for a minute. Sorry about this, guys. It's all held secure. No, Daisy, going out.
Out, Daisy.
Going out. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go, guys. Look at this. What horrible. Oh, look at that. Look. Oh, That's horrible stuff. I've never turned this before. It's yeah, turkey oak. 20 of the 9th 20. So it's very dried out. I don't know. I don't know whether. I don't know. I wouldn't have a clue. I don't know whether it comes from Turkey. Maybe someone might know whether it's grown from turkey shit or what. I really don't know what that is. Right, now I can see how shallow I'm in on that. Actually, I'm very shallow. Now the bark's gone, but because it is held there, I trust the way I hold things. I don't tell people basically how to hold it, because that's up to you what you do. Okay, I am very safety conscious. People might think I might be a bit dangerous turning stuff like. No, safety is my main thing. If I quite a lot of wood, it's why a lot of the wood that's been given to me, I won't turn because it's got cracks in that, and I'd have no need to, and I'm not going to take chances on bits of cracked wood flying off and hitting anyone or hitting me. More importantly, it's not so bad if it is Lisa.
Not me.
It could hit me. No, you know. So right, okay, guys. If I can't turn it at the speed I want to turn it at, then I don't want to turn it. For me, this is the fun. Right, let's get back into testing this gouge anyway. Right, let's get that back up. Right, we're back up to, we're at 1800. Like I say, if you're ever in doubt, learn to turn and hold the tool in your left hand. Come in, okay, you can just rotate it, pick up that cut, and there we go. And we're getting nice shavings come off. Now let's see what this tool can do. Let's come round and see if we can. Very nicely pushed up. A lot of control, no bounce, no vibration. That's nice actually. It's a, yeah, because normally, as you've seen, I would be with my 1/2 inch. Well, there you go. Look, there's my 1/2 inch. Okay, so you know, this just gives me a little bit more beef when I'm doing. Not that I can't do it with this one, but a little bit more beef when I'm doing these sort of things. Right now, I've got it down quite small, so I'm actually going to go up a little bit more. I'm just over 2,000. Now let's see what the cut's like. There we go. See, look. See, there's nothing coming back to me. And because I've got, apart from bits of bark, like, well, wispy stuff. Right. Let's, like I say, at the moment, guys, I'm just having a plate. I'm slightly above centre, but that's all right. Like I say, all I did was I had one little go with it, just to see out whether it was sharp, and it wasn't. I had to sharpen it, but it seems to be holding an edge. That's not losing its edge at all. It seems to be doing quite well. It's nice, it rides its bevel nicely. There's the bevel. Bevel's in contact all the time. Now, I don't normally do a 45. I normally have, I think that one there has got, I think it's a 50. 45 I normally have more for doing a bit more detail, so it just takes a couple of cuts to get used to it, but it don't really matter. I can use any grind. That's what I say, you learn to use them all. And I'm not turning an actual bow, I'm just having a few cuts here, guys, just to see what this tool can do. I want to see how its edge lasts, and to be honest, it seems to be holding an edge all right. Now the one thing is with, see the one beauty with having a 45 grind, 40 grind and 45 grinds are very good if you want to push. Okay, if you want to do push cuts, they're good for that. 50s, 55s, you tend to get a bit more bevel bounce with it. Remember we said the other day, when you're pushing, you tend to be pushing on. With this, you tend to be pushing along. Okay, so we can just come in, just refine that a little bit, raise my bevel, come round. I'm on the bevel there, look, so I can come round, flutes open, nice cut there. I'm going to raise my handle. I always say drop, I'm dropping the tool, I'm raising my handle. I always get it the wrong way around. Right, so I've come there, I'm raising my handle, and I'm going into a push cut. Still cutting on the left hand side of the tip, but I'm on the edge, so it's giving me a nice cut. I don't know what the hell's up the front there, but I'm going to stop at that. I don't think I need to do anything with that bottom. So stop at that. I just want to have a look and see what I'm getting off the tool. Right, it's not a crack there. It's come down to quite a small bowl now, but it's got a nice bit of we've got a nice shape to it. Let's take it off and have a look at it. Let's see how that tool's performed, you know. And that was literally I kept, that's what it comes with, that grind, which was nice. The grind I want to keep. And I just put a bit of pen on it, set my jig up so that I got the correct on the side. You check it on the wing, okay? Adjust your jig for the wing, not the tip. Get it on the wing so that you're there. Do the pen test. It's there, and then when you roll it, you'll get that grind right round. So I will keep that grind on this because actually, it's not what I'd normally use, but it's actually very nice. It's very comfortable to use. Right, so that big bowl's come down to this, look. But I'm just playing, guys. Right, hang on. Let me take my Darth Vader bit off.
Yeah.
Right, there you go, guys. That's off the tool. Okay. That's the finish we've got off the tool there. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lisa's alright. She's not been drinking today, so she should stay upright. So that's off the tool there, guys. So that's not bad. So yeah, is it Cryo? I couldn't care less. Is it M2? I couldn't care less. That is still as sharp as when I started. You know, you could shave with that. No, I won't.
Don't. You bleed so easily. Cut up so easily.
I better not. No. Right, okay. Let's pop this off. And we're going to see what we can do a little bit on the inside. I know this is waffling on. Guys, if you want to take a break, press pause, go get a cup of tea. And come back. I'll still be in that room anyway. I'll be here all day. Talking. You know what I'm like, guys.
Always talking.
Go on, I'll wait for you. Press pause. Go and get a cup of tea. I'll wait until you come back. Oh. I don't know why I bothered buying these jaws, you know, because I haven't actually been able to use them yet. For Christ's sakes. I was sure that was how big as a turn got to be. I've got to turn a bucket. Bloody hell. I thought they was going to be so handy, those jaws. I haven't had the chance yet. They've not held a bit of wood for me yet.
No. It's like you got so many, baby.
I know, yes, I can hear you saying it. Well, you should measure. No. Ah! Talking
Measure.
about that, just behind you, darling.
Yeah. Oh.
Today, guys, Lidl's self-adhesive
Measuring
ruler.
tape.
Tape.
Yeah.
So I got one. They're a metre long. 2 for £3. £1.99 each, 2 for £3. Okay? Tape measure. I'm going to put one here across my lathe there so I can just get a bit of wood and go, right, there you go. And that's it. So yeah, I'm going to put one there. So I got 2. Self-adhesive. Yeah. Pretty good. And, you know, I said about my, because I picked one up from the boot fair, the sharpening diamond. It's just there, Lisa, just behind you at the side there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, don't give it, guys, day off. You know, I know there's some good ones out there. You know, I'm not knocking the trend one and all that sort of stuff. But in all honesty, guys, these are fantastic. This is it's fantastic. It works brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It really does. They've got them in Lidl's again at the moment. $7.99 they're doing them for. So they used to be $11.99. I got this for a couple of quid at the boot fair, so I'm quite happy. But yeah, $7.99 in Lidl's at the moment. Go and grab one if you want to sharpen your carbide and stuff. You've got 4 different grits on it. Okay, go and buy one.
Shelf
For
full.
$7.99, telling you guys, get to Lidl's and buy one. That'll do all your tools. It's nice and big. It's long. You can get a nice, you know, if you want to do your skew chisel and everything, you can do it all on there. But if you want for your carbide cutters, I'll tell you now, I recommend it 100%. It works fine for them. Not that I'll need to sharpen cutters because I don't blunt them, but there you go. If you're going to scrape and things like that, you probably will. Nothing wrong in it. Nothing wrong with scraping. You can scrape. I've scraped. Skipped and scraped all my life. Married, see? That's what happens when you get married. You just,
Not now.
it's a thing you don't, money don't, you don't have it no more, do you? It's like, that's it.
Not now.
No, never been happier. That was what you said for me. Told me to say, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll slip you the $5 later.
Right, okay, guys. So now I'm just going to see, and yes, I know, don't do bowls with spindle gouge. Yeah, I'm going to be stupid, and I'm going to actually have a little go with this gouge and see what it's like. I might get a catch, I might not. I doubt that I'll get a catch. I don't normally. The handle's a bit long for me, but never mind. We're going to see what it does on this. Just on the front list and see. Just testing the spindle gouge, guys. Seeing what's up. I'm looking forward to testing the Thompson one.
Yeah.
I really am. Right, now obviously I've got quite a steep grind on this, so you know you've got to be careful. If I'm going to come in there, I've got to be right round here because look, I've got a 45, so that's my bevel there would be straight going in. Okay, so I'm probably gonna come from here, put my bevel on, closed, flute closed like that. Okay, so I can't get no catching. Then I'm going to gently roll it and go in, okay? And if everything's all right, it'll be good. If it's not, then that bowl will probably end up over there somewhere. Right, so I'm going to come with my bevel like that. There's the bounce, it will be. I'm going to rotate it a little bit. Just a little bit, I don't want to hog too much. This has got quite a big cutting area. Right, now look there, you can see I'm high. I've got that set for where I'd have my half inch gouge, so let's have a look. There, well, I'm probably near enough in centre. Let's see. Now I'm leaving a little nipple, see, every time. You're not even that little nipple every time. That's normally because you're not on your, you're not got the right height. Good. So look, it's going now, okay? So there we go. Now see, this is what I don't like, and why I don't like long handles. I cannot drop, look, if Lisa pans out there, I know I've got that board on there, but now I like to come right up here with my cut, look, see where my handle is? My lathe, look, I can't do it. My lathe bed's going to be in the way. So that's another reason I don't like long handles. I can't get the file. What I want to do, I've got to come.
Take it out.
Right, what I've got to do, what I want to do is I want to come right up here, right up the top of the bowl, and then I want to slice down. Because if I do that, I'm slicing down through the fibres, I'm not pushing into them. Because when we get to this bit and I'm going in, once I've done this side, you'll know it all, so don't worry, I'm talking to the new turners that don't quite understand. Right, as I'm coming down the side, I'm cutting the fibres here, they're all running across this way, okay, and as I'm coming down, I'm cutting all these. As I get to here, and I cut in, and I'm now going to come into this way, so I'm actually going to be like, I'm cutting into the ends of them. Now, as I get to here, it won't be the best to cut, so it could be a little bit grabby, a little bit, but if I come up here, and I'm right at the top of the bowl, and then I cut down, I'm going from, I'm not cutting, see, the only way I could do that here is if I had my flute fully open, okay, and they'd be coming down, that's that's very, very dangerous. Don't do it, okay? Because you will get a catch. It will come to here and it will grab you and pull you over, pull you in, bang, crash, that's gone. Lisa's fallen over again, everything, right? So don't do it. The only way I can cut these fibres here is if I come up here and I come down, okay? If I come down, I will slice the fibres, I won't push into them, and I'll get this lovely finish. This is too big, this tool, to do this, but I'm just testing it. So as I've said, I'm testing it. So what I want to do is come in here and I want to drop my, and I can't do it because my lathe's catching me dead right. I'm up here and then I can come down and I can just slice down and get that lovely, and I'll get a lovely smooth finish. I won't get the tool marks because I'm not pushing. You'll know what happens, guys, if you're using your bowl gouges even. When you come here, and I'm doing this, right there, look. Now, I can hear it, I can feel it, I've got vibration, okay? And what I'm gonna get here, actually stop that lathe. I ain't got my thing now, my doobry to put my tool on. I'll put it between my legs. Right, now what I've got here, see, I've got lines, I've got ridge lines there. Yeah, tool marks, bevel mark, because I've come this way to try and come across. I can't do it. I can't get that bevel in there. The only way I can do it is to be able to come up here and slice down. So when I come up and I do that, then we should get a cleaner finish. You watch it make me out to be a liar. Right, I'm just gonna move some of this. Okay, I'm going to pick my cut up, and I'm going to come in, and I'm going to go up. I'm opening my flute, I'm going up, and now I'm going to come down, and I'm going to slice down. Right, so because I go up and I slice down, that's not a tool mark, that was that bit of line. Look, now I've got no ridges, I've got smooth there, okay? I've got a little bit of tool grain, it's because I can't get, look at it, look at that. See, what good is a long handle? Bar's too long, don't need that amount of bar. I would never hold that much of this chisel over the bar. I'd put my tool rest inside a bowl. That will be in my handle right down to sort of here. My handle will only be that long and I'll be able to come in, roll that up, roll it down. See, I come up to here, flute is open because I'm cutting up here. See, you again, if you're here and you open your foot, you danger getting a catch. A catch is made worse for the fact that it's locked on here and there's no give, so it's got to go down or that's got to go up and away. If I'm up here, right, a catch up here will push my tool this, because this is wood. Remember, the wood's always turning this way. It will just push my tool back here. It won't grab me and pull me down there. It'll just pull me back. If I get a catch here, I've only got one place to go, and that's down there. Because this has got so much force at that point. Here, it won't do it. Okay? So that's why I can come up here, and then I can slice. I can just slice my cut down like that. Just slice it down. Okay? No catching. Bevel can be open because it's placed in a different... It just works. I don't know why. I'm not a scientist. If I was a scientist, I'd have an ology. You've got an ology, you're a bloody scientist. See, and if I want to come back for another cut, all I have to do is drop my handle. Look, I can drop my handle. I'm not coming back out, all I'm doing is dropping my handle, rotating and coming down. Okay, and this is a big gouge. Trust me, it is big. For a spindle gouge, it's big. But you can get in, I can get nice smooth cuts. I'm getting a bit of an hole in the bottom, but that's not a problem. Right, and again, see, and it's easier. If I want to come this way, I've got to come right over here.
to come in, rotate it, and then come round. But look, I'm grabbing a lot of wood. It's not as nice. It's gonna do it. But see, I'm stuck. Look, I can't finish the cut. Look, I'm stuck. So I'm gonna raise my handle to come over, get to here. Now I can finish the cut. But it's not as nice, see? Now, if I've got a 50-degree bevel, then that's totally different. I will approach every cut from this side and come in. But because I've got 45, I approach it from this way. Now, when I've stopped, then I don't want to come across here anymore. Say like now, right now, I come in and I put my bevel, close my flute, bevel on here, bring it back, rotate it. Now I pick my cut up and I go up. I do not go across, I go up. Now I come down. Okay, but at 2073 RPM, using a spindle gouge, I'm playing with the devil, aren't I? Is what most people would tell you. I'm playing with the devil, aren't I? 2073 RPM and a spindle gouge. Oh, my God.
Can't do that.
You're playing with the devil. You're asking for trouble. Right, that actually, I will probably go to a smaller gouge and I will probably finish that because that's actually going to be a nice bit. It turned out small, but it's going to be nice. But before we do anything else, guys, let's go and destroy this.
Go destroy it.
Let's go and take this out of this handle.
Let's go wreck it.
Let's go and see what we can do. I don't even know how I'm going to get it out of the handle. It's so solid.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
What you gonna do when they come
for you?
Right, okay, I've got a chisel.
Oh.
Right, you're probably better there. Otherwise you'll be with the door light at you.
Are you going to do it on the table?
Yeah, I'm going to do it here. So, I've tried knocking it out, guys. I've had it in there.
For me,
and
it's very
I've
bright.
tried, shut the door.
Yeah.
Right. I've tried it in there and I've whacked it and whacked it and whacked it and this doesn't move, okay? it just really doesn't move. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to lock it in there. And the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get a drill. Let me just come behind you. I'm going to grab a drill bit. This one, I think, just for now. Will I want this one? Yeah, I'll do this one. Right, I'm going to grab a drill bit. And I'm going to... Can't see no metal yet. Right, so I'm going to make a few little holes. Well, I can't see any metal yet in there. Right, now I can see a bit of metal down there. Right, okay, now that tells me something there at least. Sorry, Dave, it's a rubber mallet just over there hanging up, if you could. Yeah, you keep putting the camera on too small a leg. Sorry, the camera was going to go again, guys. Lisa's been drinking again. Right, okay, now. I think that's...
Twist.
Right, yeah, the metal's twisting. Now, right, before that comes off, what I wanted to see, right, the metal's coming out. Right, okay, so it's got like a tang to it. Right, now, what I wanted to, what I was trying to show you can't see.
Oh, I could see the metal just there.
Right, now,
there, yeah.
Guys, this is the thing I'm saying about, okay? Now, you think this, the length of this tool, the length of this handle. Now, I'm not knocking the tool. Don't get me wrong, right? This is, I'm just, that's the tang there. Yeah. That's the end of the chisel there. So we've got this metal bit. I don't know how that's held on at the moment. I'm going to take this off.
Twisting off, yeah.
Right, so it's actually not, it's not 16 mil right through. It's got a tang there. Right,
Cool.
so this obviously is basically just a ferrule,
Yeah.
okay, that goes over. And right, so there you go. That's, we've got
2 inches.
1.5 inches. So I've actually only got 40 mil. Okay.
In the hand.
So can you see that? That's 40 mil.
Yeah.
Right. That's 40 mil into the handle. That's it. Now this is what gets me when people. Now that was just in there. I don't know why that didn't knock out earlier when I was knocking it. Should have knocked out. Didn't mean to destroy a handle. Shot monkey, but that people go on about the tang on a roughing gouge and things like that, and they say about the sturdiness, but that's all that's in, guys. And the bowl gouges are no different. That's why I put my own handles. I really do. I prefer my own handles. But anyway, I should take that ferrule off and keep that because that's quite nice actually. I like that. Yep, I'll have that for nothing. And the wood will just go and be burnt. It's a nice handle. I don't say that would have broken. I think that would probably be in enough. I don't think it would really break. I whacked it with a hammer and I couldn't get it to come out. But yeah, for me, guys, that's I like a bit more security in that end. Not that it really matters, but it's what I say. You know, when people say about with the tools, you know, open that door if you want. It's getting quite hot in it.
Yeah. I'll just put the camera.
Don't be over concerned because this is, you know, when you make so, this is how tools come. This is how they're made. They're made like with these little bits of tang and stuff. Now, the beauty I've got here, see, I've got these handles. Now these are metal handles, so I can actually fit that in either one because I've got 2 tangs. I've got 2 sizes there. Now for me, I was going to actually pop it into this one. I'm probably gonna, I might have to just do a little bit of fetishing with that. That's a bit tight in there. That's probably just over the 16 mil, or that might need a little clean on it. I don't know. Let me try that one. It goes in that one. So for the moment, what I'm going to do, it's in the handle the same amount as the other one. But see now, look. I can clear. See. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop this in here for a minute. I don't need it in anything stronger. There we go. I know that that's in my collet, and my collet goes down to here, so I know I'm in further than what it was. But there you go. Now that for me, now that's a lovely tool. Now I will be putting that in this handle, and I'll be holding that on the 16 mil. But that I'm gonna just run a drill bit. I think I cleaned out. I'll just run a drill bit in and out of it a few times, and that'll widen up just enough for that to slide in. I don't want to force nothing. So there we go, guys. That's it. Like I said, I would happily, very, very happily buy it and use that tool. I have no problems with it. But for me, the handle is too long, and yeah, I like that. I like that in there. The handle's the only problem lies in the handle being too long. Security wise, well, I think, see, it would never be a problem for me, that handle. I would never, apart from the fact of its length, I would never have a problem. Where did I put it? Can you just grab it there, bud? But I mean, I had a guy only about 2 days ago. He's from Netherlands. He's been asking me about tools. He says he's got the most powerful lathe you can have, and he wants to turn all these 20-inch bowls and things like that, and he wants handles, like massive, great long handles. You know, why? The power of your lathe doesn't matter. You know, you can only turn wood as wood turns. You know, you can't. Don't matter how powerful your lathe is, but you want to be hanging down here. You know, I mean, no matter what size I'll be turning, I'll still be up here. My tool will only ever be there. I would never be overhanging there. But I know some people do. Now, if you're overhanging your tool rest like that, and you're hanging on to the end of that, you've only got 40 mil of tang in there. You know, and this is wood, guys, and we know what wood is. So what's going to give? If you get a catch at there, what's going to give? The wood's going to go. And it's not because it's a spindle gouge, because believe me, all these bowl gouges I've taken apart. Okay, I've got them from all different manufacturers. I'm not naming manufacturers, they've come from all different ones. And I showed you, even that inch one there only has a 50 mil tang. An inch gouge, and that's only 10 mil longer than what that's got. So, you know, guys, don't be hanging on to handles down here. That's not the way to turn. It really isn't. Just a little bit of tool control and get. And I'm not having a go at anyone, I'm not knocking anyone, you know, but it really is not. Don't depend on hanging on a handle. It really isn't good. That's when you'll end up in trouble. Right, so now I should. Bit big for the centre bit. I can't keep on the bevel because I've got that little bit of a dip there. But yeah, I mean, look, I can come here. I can get my handle down now. See if we can get that to not stick in there. Just play with it until we get the right angle, and there we go. Come on, boss. Now, it's always the tip's going to dive in every time, see, because I can't keep on the bevel. So that's why I'm getting that little dip. If you're getting that, it's because your bevel's too long. You can't keep on the bevel. You will get that little hole. Now, if I quickly change to this, that's got a different grind and a different bevel there. Now, a few cuts and we can take away the dip. Okay, just a change of bevel, that's all it is. It's not the tools, it's just the cutting angle. That's the only important bit of the gouge, is this little bit, that last few mil there. That's the important part. So anyway, there you go, guys, that's my gouge, and I've destroyed the handle. Okay. There we go. I don't know what I'm going to do with that bowl. Anyone want a handle? It's good from one side. No, there we go, guys. Not knocking the tool. I think the tool's fantastic, and I think, in all honesty, I will probably be buying another one. So I've got, although I've got my one coming from America, I've got my Thompson tool, so I don't really need another one. But am I happy with it? Yes, I am over the moon with that. That handle is a little bit light for it. It's, look, see, this is what I was talking about with weight, guys. You want, when you hold a chisel here, you want that to sit level or sit slightly that way, never that way. You never want it to go that way. Okay, when you hold a tool by the ferrule there, you want that to sit level or you want it to drop that way, never that way. Okay, whenever it goes out, that's wrong. You don't want that. But that's going to go in this handle, which is steel, solid steel. Well, not solid, that's a hollow steel tube, and it's got a ferrule. I made ferrules to go up. What I did, I had some old tool rests I didn't want anymore, like this. Okay, and I cut those. I drilled them through to the size of hole I needed, and I put them down. They've inserted down to there into this 30mm steel tube. They're inserted down to there. That is that drilled through, inserted in, tapped, and that's it. And then I've got wood on the inside of it as well, which is drilled out, so that the bar can go right down to the bottom in that. And that's what I did, and I made them up, guys. So, you know, you can make yourself some nice handles. Look at that. Cool. that I just need to put my drill bit in, go wiggle, 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 and then that'll go in. It is 16mm, but I reckon that might be a shade over. If I put it in and give it a wiggle, it might be all right. But I'm very happy with it. Yeah, I'm over the moon. I will put the link to the guy on eBay. It's on eBay, okay? The only person I know that's got these in the UK here. So
it'll be in the description box.
I'll put it in the
guys.
description, okay? Future. I'll tell you what, I would 100% go and buy one. Definitely, it's a beautiful, beautiful spindle gouge. If you want for hollowing bowls, for roughing bowls. Okay, I don't say so much. It will hollow. I don't say so much for hollow. I've got too much bevel there. Look, I get down there and I'm tip and heel. It's only if I put a relief on that, I would have done that no problem. But I don't want it for hollowing. It's not for hollowing. It's for roughing the outside of when I want something a bit more beefier than the 1/2 inch. Okay, but would I buy? Yes. If you have a lot of bouncing and trouble when you're roughing with a bowl gouge, try a spindle gouge. Trust me, guys, it is absolutely solve a lot of your problems and give you a beautiful finish. Right, that's it. That's enough of that. I've talked for enough. I've destroyed a tool that I just paid bloody nearly 50 quid for. Destroyed it just for you lot. There we go. But I've got a nice tool out. I'm over the moon with that. I'm really happy. I knew I was going to take the handle off before. I made that handle up, especially because I knew this was coming. And I've got another one that's going to be used for the Thompson. Yes. And I'm looking forward to getting that. I should do a review on that as well. And we can see how this holds up because, you know, steels, I mean, there's all these Cryo, Jenny and all that, hold an edge 10 times longer than HSS or 5 times longer or whatever longer. Honestly, guys, I can't say I've ever noticed anything. I've got a lot. I've got Record Power ones. I've got Henry Taylor ones. I've got all sorts. I've got some that were. I think one of these is a Draper one. Absolutely beautiful. I'd love to get another one. It's absolutely beautiful. Actually, I'm going to show you that. I'm waffling, aren't I? I know I'm waffling. This one here, right? This guy. It's a 1/2 inch. It's a bowl spindle. That's all I can say. It's not a spindle gouge and it's not a deep fluted bowl gouge. It is fantastic. A 45-degree grind for pushing around bowls. It's absolutely lovely. It's just HSS and it's Draper. It's made by Draper. I've had it for years. It's lovely. Absolutely lovely. It's like a cross between a bowl gouge and spindle gouge. Wings aren't too high. So
it's a bindle.
Yeah, it's a bindle or a spole. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that. So I've got all of them. Do you know what I've got here? I've got one of these Crown Cryo super duper, go to space, come back, doesn't melt, all that sort of stuff. I can't tell you that one holds an edge better than the other because they're both as good as it. You know, what I will say is if you're not sharpening these on CBN or Diamond, total waste of time, guys. You're ruining it. You're not sharpening it, and you will be going back to your grinder 3 or 4 times. But if you're going back to your grinder to sharpen 3 times or 4 times on one of those Cryo which hold their edge 10 times longer, whatever it is, that means on a standard gouge you would be going back about 40 times to turn one bowl. Never in my lifetime. I don't think I've sharpened at all 40 times in my lifetime. Anyway, there you go, guys. That's enough of that. So yeah, if you're using these, this one I can't say because I don't have any other sharp. I only sharpen on CBN. That's all I sharpen on. Look at that guy. That put a beautiful shine. Beautiful. I gave that a quick over and I've roughed down that. I've done a bit of hollowing. Like I say, I wouldn't use that to hollow, in all honesty. Yeah, but that still feels as sharp as when I first had a go with it. So I'm gonna just keep using that, and I'll use it on the channel, and I'll let you know when I have to sharpen it again, and we'll see how much we can do with it.
Yep.
Right? We'll do that. Right, okay, guys, that is it. That's me done. Toodle pip, and I will see you on the next one.
Bye, guys.
Sorry I've rabbited on for a long time, but there you go.
I want to live with him. Bye, guys.